to another episode of I Demand a Homestead. My name is Amanda, and today what we're going to be talking about is how to freeze green beans so that way you can kind of take your beautiful summer green beans and have them in the winter. Now, for most of the years of my life, I have been taking green beans and I have been blanching them before I freeze them. And what blanching means is that you take your beans, you put them into boiling water for a minute or two, and then you put them in the sink with ice water to stop the cooking, and then you can then package them and then freeze them. And that works very well, but it is a lot of work, especially if you happen to have an awful lot of green beans, which every week our 2 rows of climbing beans produces this much. So that's an awful lot of boiling and ice water and freezing. So this, I found recently a much better method where you can just take your beans directly and without doing anything, you just freeze them. Okay? The trick is, and we've tried these, and I'm going to say they're at least as good as the beans that we've blanched and then frozen. I don't really notice much of a difference in texture. The trick is, what you want is you want beans that are clean and dry. So when we're thinking about wanting to freeze beans without actually blanching them first, you want beans that are nice and clean. And so the best kind of ones to do this are climbing beans, because they aren't resting on the ground like these bush beans are. So these bush beans I probably wouldn't freeze without blanching them first, because I'd want to wash them. Now, if you have beans that you've gotten from the store or the farmer's market and you want to wash them because you're not sure what's on them, you absolutely can, but you just want to make sure that they are completely dry before you freeze them. Okay, so then the next thing that we're going to do after we've got our beans is we're going to just break them into whatever size pieces you want for when you freeze them. So we've got our beans all broken up into the size pieces that we want. And now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them in, I'm going to use a vacuum seal bag, but you could use any kind of a freezer bag that you have. And then you're just going to put the size portion that you want in there and then seal it up. Like to shake them like that just to get some of the air out so that they're a little bit more dense in there. And I think that's about right for us. So now I'm just going to vacuum seal them. So regardless of whether you choose, if you have a vacuum sealer or if you don't, if you use a regular freezer bag, you just want to make sure that you get as much air out as possible, because that will really affect the quality of your beans. So ours are vacuum sealed, so there's like no air in there at all. And these are now ready to go in the freezer, and that is about as easy as it gets. And this is just a great method. It's made a big difference for us. So thank you for joining us on another episode of I Demand a Homestead. If you have any questions or comments about this video, please feel free to post them in the comments section. If you like this video, press the subscribe button and the notification bell, and that way you'll always know when I put up a new video. All right, everybody, have a great day. Goodbye.